Alright, y'all. I am here with another video. And I'm going to start this series of vacuum story time or Vac story time or something where I tell the story behind some of the units that I get and all that or have already. And if you hear some noises in the background, it's the cats. Yep, they're kind of running wild. But anyway, to the stories. I'm going to go ahead and turn on this light. I should have done that before. Whoops, wrong switch. First story is going to be behind this Stick Vac Plus. And don't mind Wayona. She's in here. And so is Soren. But anyway, the Dirt Devil Stick Vac Plus. Now this, I don't think is the unit that I saw when I was like 3 or 4. I think I was 4. Yeah, 4 is more likely because when you're 3, you're basically still a baby. But yeah, this is one unit that I have that basically brings me down memory lane because, well, I don't remember if it was the Power Stick or the Swift Stick that I saw in Walmart at one point. I think it was definitely one of those two because it was bagless. This is bagged because it's definitely older. But yeah, this is one type of unit that I remember seeing back when I was still a child because the triangular head is what really gives it away. Now, I did have one of these before, and only problem is the wand, which also doubles as the handle rod, was broken down here. It was either the handle rod / wand that was broken or the little locking mechanism thing. So yeah, this is definitely memory lane because, well, while the one I saw was bagless, no doubt, I remember it being bagless. I haven't got one of those yet. I have used a Power Stick once. My second oldest sister, I'm not going to give her a name because, well, not necessary. My second oldest sister on my mom's side had one in one of her campers. So I remember using one. And I think, if memory serves me right, it was the bulky Power Stick because I definitely think that at the time that's the most likely unit. Now onto the handheld units. Like, I definitely had a toy handheld at that, which I want to get another one. Well, this isn't the exact handheld because this one says Dirt Devil all over the bag. The toy I had said Royal all over it. The toy I got at a Goodwill. My mom got it for me at a Goodwill. And I remember playing with it a lot. I don't recall it working because I don't think it was a battery problem. I think it was, now that I remember it right, it was either a little motor problem because, you know, those things, they don't have a brush motor like these do. It definitely had an issue of some kind because it only seemed to work when my dad would take it apart because it comes apart just like one of these. Like, it's just like the housing is 2 pieces. And instead of a little like opening at the bottom, it had like a tiny little hole about like this for the dirt to go into the little shakeout bag. So that was definitely like a little bit of a interesting unit, little toy, which seems to be getting harder to find as time goes along. I don't know why these cats are so wild, because I don't have any catnip. Wayona, you are acting like an ocelot. And if you break my clown statuette, you're going to have to buy it. Got a little clown music box over there. Anyway, that aside. So my grandma had something a lot like this, only it was a single speed. And I did end up with it. I wish I hadn't got rid of it, but I have one exactly like it in my room. So these are definitely very plentiful. They're plentiful enough. So anyway, we're going to go on to the concept. The reason I want the blue 3335 so bad is because my grandma had one, and I definitely used the thing. I definitely used that vacuum. It had the same handle as my Power Max. As I've told this story plenty of times, but just never made it into one video. It had a blue handle just that was exactly like what's on the Power Max here. Of course, no attachments, just the bag, and I think it did have the air freshener on the outer bag. Whereas the Power Max does not, and I don't know why my camera goes blurry. So yeah, it definitely had that same handle, and of course, no onboard tools. What's gray on this would be blue. And of course, the sticker was blue, not black, and it was heavy duty. Okay, what else can I tell a story about? Oh, my broom vac. Now, the broom vac is going to be harder to tell about because I only got a brief look at it. And then, I think my aunt had one at one point. But I don't remember it being the 702. I think it was actually a 712. But we're going to get it and bring it in the house because, well, I don't think I have anything in here that is really childhood. I don't think so. If I think of something, I'll probably add it in a story time. Oh, wait, I do. I have my... Okay, Wayona. I have my G5 over there. I'll just come back out here when I switch to that brand. I'm just going to go ahead and finish off the Dirt Devil saga. Then finish the concept story. And, yeah. I can just set this here because it's so lightweight. Soren, I'm not going to be using the broom vac right now. But yeah, the broom vac, don't remember much about it from back then. I remember seeing these sold in like Sam's Club. At least I'm pretty sure it was a Sam's Club. Did they sell Dirt Devil at Sam's Club? I think so. But either way, I don't think it was the 702 model. I think it was the 712 model that was sold at the Sam's Club when me and my parents would go there. Yeah, we were looking at these little like floor rocker chairs, like game chairs. Like I think some were called ground level. And I look up and I see this Dirt Devil that almost looked like a Eureka with a, well, at the time it kind of looked like a Eureka. Just sitting there on the shelf. Big bag covered with Dirt Devil. And all that kind of stuff. I know they didn't make a Dirt Devil like that. Otherwise, I would have seen it. I would have seen it when I look up old Dirt Devil vacuum. So I know they didn't make a Dirt Devil that looked like a Eureka. At least not like the one that would resemble this at any point. So, I'm pretty sure it was a 712 because, like I said, it had Dirt Devil all over the bag, not Royal. Gotta reposition my phone on my hand. I wish I had something to hold the phone. I also wish I had a case. Anyway, that's beside the point. Yeah, the broom vac I had wanted for years because after finding out what it was, I'm like, huh, I remember seeing something like that at Sam's Club. So I immediately started on wanting one of these, and then I think, because it sounds like something my aunt would get at an estate sale, because I think her Envision, just outright killed itself one day. And she got one of these because, well, they work so well. And they really do. These things do more than they look like they would. Because it's just like it is basically a handheld with a larger outer bag on it that I guess you could use as a dump out, but I personally wouldn't advise it. Oh, and you can adjust the handle, which also does seem to have an effect on how it performs on carpet. I guess it's like a weight distribution thing or something. Like, otherwise, why would they put these, like, carpet pile settings on here? Like, we got extra plush carpet, and normal use. I don't know. I don't know why they would do that. I just really don't know why they would put that sticker on there unless there was some kind of like weight or some kind of way that it actually does set itself to carpet depending on how you set the handle. Anyway, back to the concept. We're going to do these in as good of an order as I can. But yeah, to the concept, like I said, my grandma had a blue one. After finding the one and only model that really fits the description, it was a U3335. And it was self-propelled, of course, because otherwise, why would it have a handle like the Power Max if it wasn't? But yeah, the concept, I've always wanted a concept since my grandma. And I ended up finding out what model it was. It didn't have a cord reel. And instead of the cord wrapping around the back like the Power Max, it wrapped on the side, of course, like all concepts with no cord winder tend to do. So, yeah, it was definitely not a Concept 2. Like, some people thought I was referring to a Concept 2, but nope, it did not have the Hoover Handy Mate or something like that. Hoover Helpmate. It definitely didn't have the speed dial. It just had the power switch and self-propelled control at thumb point. Now onto the Kirby. We're going to go to the Kirby. I should go with the Diamond Edition first because that's what started the whole Kirby saga with me and my mom. Yeah, my mom had the G5, then she had the G6 2001. My sister, my second oldest sister, when she used to live in Texas, had a G3, and I really want to get a G3 because of that. I did at one point hold that handle. I remember exactly that I held that handle at one point, so that makes it a childhood vacuum. Same with the Diamond Edition. Even though it was only set up with the demo tool, like the dirt meter, I did run that vacuum at one point. Like I said in a previous video, I guess the salesman was like, oh yeah, look, even a toddler in kindergarten can use one of these. So, yeah, I was definitely either in kindergarten or first grade. I believe I was in kindergarten when they came out with these. Like, I think it was like 2004. So, I come home, get off the bus. I remember I did have my name on the board because my kindergarten teacher did the whole, you get your name on the board, you're in trouble, you get a check by your name, you get a longer timeout, and you get 2 checks by your name, you send an oops note home, which I'm going to guess, since I haven't found that exact design, it was made in Adobe PowerPoint. But anyway, away from all that, yeah, you probably got an idea on what a third check is. You go to the principal's office. Anyway, to the Diamond Edition. Let's get back to the Diamond Edition. I get off the bus and I say there was this white van. I think it was a Chevrolet Astro or something, or express van. And a guy was in the house when I walked through the door, and he had a Kirby. It was a Diamond Edition, and yeah, he was demonstrating it. He had the dirt meter. He had the airflow indicator, like the little airflow tester. He had the little nozzle tray that shows you can take the if you can take the thing off of the nozzle with ease, then yeah, like with my mom's old wind tunnel, we could take it off with ease. Surprisingly, probably because the brush plate was already kind of worn. Kirby being brand new, of course you couldn't very easily. You could take it off, but it wasn't easy. And I guess it also shows like agitation. Like you could hear the brushes hitting the plate on both units, the wind tunnel and the Diamond Edition. So yeah, he put me behind the Kirby. Then he brought the other testing tools out and showed us the airflow. He put the bag on it. Of course, there's no bag in it because we didn't buy the Kirby. And he put the bag on it, had it unzipped and all that, and he put the plate on it. Then he showed the airflow. My mom liked the Kirby. If it wasn't so expensive, we probably would have had a Diamond Edition. So, that brings me to the G5 in the garage. Yeah, we're going to walk out here since I don't feel like bringing another vacuum in the house right now. Yeah. We'll get to the Eureka the Boss later. Iona, what are you doing in here? The cats are probably going to make this interesting for a lot of people. Yeah, the G5 story behind these is my aunt brought one, or my aunt who I believe had the Dirt Devil broom vac, had one of these. There was one of these in a house that she bought. It was a house that was basically in the middle of nowhere, but still, she had a G5 out there, and she sold it to my mom. I don't remember if she sold it to her or if she just gave it to her because, of course, she had arthritis like crazy, and she couldn't carry the Kirby. My mom wasn't quite that bad at the time with her arthritis, I don't think. So she got the Kirby, and it came with a good number of attachments, from what I remember. It had the shampoo tank. Don't remember it having the tray for the, I don't remember it having the sud tray. It definitely had the carpet shampoo roller and the little hose for the sud tank. So, yeah, she bought the Kirby, or got the Kirby from my aunt. We didn't have any bags at the time, so we were still using her wind tunnel, which I wish she had not donated. But, yeah. And I remember using that Kirby a lot. I know I had to have a lot of permission to use it, but still. I enjoyed using the Kirby a lot. So, of course, it only makes sense that since this was a childhood Kirby, I had to get it. I actually did just have to get this. So I was so glad when I could finally afford to get this from from the waterfront thrift store. So since there's not really much left in here that I can really talk about, I mean, I guess I could talk about the blue Bissell Power Force bagless wide track over there. The story behind that, even though it's a rather short one. Oh, now Soren joined the party for a brief moment. Okay. Let's take a look at the blue wide track. Even though it has a busted handle release, the one that my brother's girlfriend had did not. So, the blue Bissell wide track. So my brother had land off somewhere. There was a massive field and a basically, I guess, abandoned barn. So, yeah, I drug one of these out and really did want to take it home, but of course my mom wouldn't let me. And my brother said that that was his girlfriend's. I'm not going to name drop her for privacy reasons. Said I couldn't bring it home because I had a vacuum. It had a bad motor. This is back when I still had the Cleanview bagless 8975. So yeah, I drug it out of the shed. Then I had to bring it back because I couldn't have it. And that's basically that there. Never saw one like it again until... Now, we are going to have to use Ralph's bagless turbo for an example. Just know that the Power Force turbo that I had the big 12 on it. The big 12 amp logo like that one. So, matter of years later, after I had to get rid of the Cleanview bagless, unfortunately, because now I feel like a moron. We're going to use this one as a example. Just note that it had the big white 12, not the 12 roundel on it like they decided to go with, before completely getting rid of the 12 amp logo. So, yeah, my biological mother, still not name dropping people, brought me one of these for Christmas. Again, it was not the 6585, it was another one. I don't remember the model number offhand. And, of course, we immediately put it together and I went to town with it and all that. Then, out of nowhere, I forget what I did with that one, but later on, I got a different machine. And then I forget what happened from there. So that's going to have to be it for this video. We'll pick up with another one later if this post gets like, let's see, if we get like 30 likes on this post or a bunch of comments saying, yeah, keep sharing these stories. we like to hear the history behind some of these units. Then I will definitely do another video on the topic. And we'll get into what was so great about the Eureka the Boss Superlight that I have. And why I'm keeping that no matter what. So yeah, we're going to get a thumbnail of the starting machines. Get back here as far as I can. There we go. So yeah, if I get a bunch of comments saying, yeah, keep sharing these stories, they're interesting, or anything along those lines, I'll definitely do another one on why the Eureka the Boss Superlight out here is so important to me. And yeah, we'll just keep on sharing until I have no more stories to share. And that'll complete the series. So, thank y'all for watching. Tell me how y'all liked it. Tell me what y'all want to see. I'll see what I can do, how I can do it, when I can do it, and if I can do it. I know I got some requests, so I'm going to definitely start fielding those. Just want to make sure that that's what I said. I'll definitely get on to fielding those tomorrow. I mean, it's going to be tomorrow as of y'all seeing this video because it's probably midnight right now. But when I started this video, it was January 25th, Wednesday, and it's probably Thursday now. But it's going to be like 8 or 9 in the morning when this actually starts going up and premiering. I'm probably going to schedule it for tomorrow afternoon so that I can join the chat. So tell me how y'all liked it. Tell me what y'all want to see. I'll see what I can do, how I can do it, when I can do it, and if I can do it. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more content if you haven't yet, because it'll really help this channel out. It'll help me out because I know that I'm doing the right content that y'all like to see. And until next time, bye y'all.